breaking news. Oh my goodness.
Nick Mullens has been signed and Johnathan Hankins. Yes, not too crazy, not the craziest signings ever, but hey, we have our backup QB now with Nick Mullens, the former San Francisco 49er, who carved the Raiders up when both the Niners and the Raiders were some of the shittiest teams in the NFL in 2018. Oh, Nick Mullens won the toilet bowl. We know he won the toilet bowl and he's famous from that. Yo, but to be honest, man, he did a pretty good job that game and he's done a decent job his whole entire career. Nick Mullens played with the Browns just last year and almost beat the Raiders, almost knocked us out of the playoffs, but we were able to narrowly get that victory. So hey, pretty interesting thing to see Nick Mullens sign for a deal that's up to $2.5 million. There's also $1 million of that guaranteed. And we heard chatter that Josh McDaniels wanted to draft a quarterback in the later rounds. That all seems moot now. That all seems like it's not going to happen anymore because you typically do not keep 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. And if you did keep a quarterback that you drafted on the practice squad while Nick Mullens was your number 2 QB throughout the season, he would get plucked. He would get plucked by somebody else and signed from our practice squad. So that would be risky and that'd be a waste of a draft pick. So it seems like that was smoke, that report. Josh McDaniels trying to trick people into thinking that we're going to get a quarterback drafted in the later rounds to develop behind Derek Carr. Now it looks like we're rolling with Nick Mullens. We paid him $1 million guaranteed. You're not going to exactly flush that money down the toilet. However, I will say Mark Davis, I think he could flush $1 million down the toilet. I mean, Mark Davis is balling like that. That's true. So now we got Nick Mullens. Garrett Gilbert's going to be there. Garrett Gilbert, I think, would be the odd man out. But hey, we're going to have an interesting preseason quarterback competition. I think Nick Mullens is going to come out on top. He's had a decent career in general as a backup quarterback. 2017, he came into the league. He was undrafted. He's had 4,800 yards so far in his career with a 64% completion percentage and has had 630 attempts in his entire career. Played a lot of time in 2018, also played a decent amount in 2020, did not play in 2019, and also had that one game in 2021. So still has some experience, really an accurate quarterback, and has proven in his career that if he is called upon and he does have the tools around him, he could step in and help you win a few games while your quarterback is injured. And I mean, that's all this guy is really here for. He's a true backup QB. Derek Carr versus Nick Mullens. There's no competition at all. He knows his place on the roster. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do. And it'll be interesting to see what he could learn from Derek Carr and where he could take his career next year. I mean, I really like seeing Mariota getting his body right and kind of being rehabilitated by the Raiders and then going on to pretty much be the starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. I think that's very impressive. And let's send Nick Mullens to another team in the NFC to succeed next year. That'd be awesome. Big time Hank. Johnathan Hankins has been re-signed with the Raiders. Oh my goodness. Let's go. One of our favorite nose tackles, ladies and gentlemen. Johnathan Hankins spent 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders. He had his time with Patrick Graham when he was first drafted in the NFL with the Giants. And with Patrick Graham, according to Jordan Schultz of the Schultz Report, he has 172 tackles, 13 tackles for losses, and 25 quarterback pressures. So it's really good to see Johnathan Hankins back with the team. He's a big veteran with tons of experience. Johnathan Hankins has been in the league since 2013, spent some time with the Giants and Patrick Graham, had 1 year with Indianapolis, and then went on to be with the Raiders for almost half a decade. John Gruden picked up big time Johnathan Hankins in 2018. I mean, we haven't looked back. He's always done really well every single year, and he's a true big nose tackle, and that's something that we've needed so far with this defensive line. We have Vernon Butler there, Bilal Nichols, and Bilal Nichols is only about 290 pounds. We don't really have any defensive linemen over 300 pounds. I think Pecco is another one who's over 300 pounds. So Hankins is going to be a starter on this team, I believe. He made $5.5 million last year, and I would not be surprised if he makes that same amount this year. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he was picked up later in free agency. Does he really matter that much? Well, guess what, man? Sometimes nose tackles aren't high on the priority list. I still anticipate that this guy is making a decent chunk of change. And look, this guy's not going to freaking get a ton of sacks. That's not what he does. His whole time with the Raiders in 4 years, he's had 3 sacks. This guy's a run stuffer. He's supposed to take on double teams, free up some of our other defensive linemen to do special things, and I think that's exactly what he'll do. His defensive grade while he's been with the Raiders has bounced around from 63 most of the time, but he has played a solid 600 snaps every single year. You're going to primarily see Johnathan Hankins out there when we are in our base defense, perhaps in a 3-4, although we have seen him serve as a decent nose tackle in that 4-3 defensive scheme. But we've been hearing chatter that Clelin Ferrell might be a 4-tech defensive lineman, meaning that he's going to line up across from the offensive tackle very directly across and be in charge of two gaps. You're going to need a nose tackle to line up across from the center if that's the way you're going to go with things. We don't know entirely what our defense is going to look like, but the addition of Chandler Jones, the signing of Johnathan Hankins, and the mention that Clelin Ferrell could be a 4-tech defensive end signals to me that we're probably going to be running a 3-4 for in our base defense. To me, I think this guy's a good addition. I think he fulfills a need, and he is a type of body that we don't have. Yes, Peko is somebody who could be a nose tackle for us. However, I don't think you want Peko being a starter. He doesn't exactly have the resume. He'd be great depth, but he does not have the resume and the experience like Johnathan Hankins. And Johnathan Hankins is familiar with this team, familiar with this roster. He's been here 4 years. You want to make sure you keep that leadership in the locker room, and I'm glad we're bringing this familiar face back with the Raiders. So let me know what you guys think. Was Nick Mullens a good backup quarterback for the Raiders? You guys happy about that signing? Do you like the addition of Johnathan Hankins solidifying that defensive line? I dig it. And hey, we had $6.6 million in cap space before this signing of Johnathan Hankins. Who knows what we have now? We don't know the contract exactly. And we still got to wait till June 1st to free up some more cap so we can sign new players, not extend players we have. June 1st doesn't matter for extending players we have. It matters for signing new players. Just want to throw that out there. Either way, make sure you like this video if you watched it all the way through. Subscribe to this channel. It really helps us out. And also ring the bell to get more notifications. You can click on that bell, click the all button, and you'll get all the notifications for all of my videos and content that comes out every single day. Peace out. This is WiFiWillie of the Raiders Rundown, and I hope you have a good one.